goal is to get to the UFC. So UFC, what do I have to do? How many people do I gotta fucking kill to do this? Let me know.
The California State Flyweight Champion, Cody Davis.
Until, like Johnny said, until we can't no more. Until the wheels literally fall off.
Plymouth, Massachusetts. Let's go! Let's go!
What's happening, everyone? My name is James Lynch, and this is the Cage Titan 75 post-fight weigh-in show. Post-weigh-in show, I should say, not post-fight. We got that tomorrow night. Cage Titan 75 going down here tomorrow night, Plymouth Memorial Hall, and kicking things off, one of the men that will be competing on the main card tomorrow, taking on Nicholas Getting. Happy to be joined by Aaron Hughes. Aaron, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, it's great. I was just telling you off air, man, you are super active, super busy. I know after this, maybe you're going to take some time off, but tell me how this fight all came together, and when did you find out about this?
Yeah, I feel like camp was probably like 6-7 weeks. You know, I reached out to Mike. I just said, hey, you know, I'm looking to get right back in there. You know, I'm trying to make my title run. He just offered me the guy. I'm like, couldn't find much on him, but I was like, I'm always game, so whatever, you know what I mean?
Well, and that's so good for Mike Pulver, who runs Cage Titans, by the way, that he can just call you and it's like, yeah, I'll fight whoever. You've always been that way throughout your career. Really busy 2025. Any part of you like, you know, maybe we'll take a little time off, but I guess once you knew this card was coming up, you're like, hey, I got to take advantage.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to be taking some time off after this fight, you know. I posted about it on social media recently, but I'm going to be a dad.
Yeah.
So life priorities got to kind of take over a little bit for a while, you know. My poor girlfriend is just at work right now, pregnant and going home every night. I'm coming home 9-10 o'clock at night from training, you know. She's doing it all by herself, you know. So as a man, I got to step up and take some responsibility. So it's going to be the last one for a while. Never say never. But
Yeah, no, for sure. When's the due date?
May 27th.
Oh, great. Okay, so it's coming up pretty good. Do you know the gender yet, or are you just going to wait?
Yeah, I'm going to be having a little girl. So.
Oh, amazing. That's great. That's great. Good for you, man. That's awesome. Does it change? You know, we all often hear this. I'm a father. I have 2 boys. Does the mentality change a bit tomorrow night for the fight, just because you are kind of fighting for something more than just yourself?
Yeah, man. I definitely kind of changed the mentality to like a never quit attitude, like do it for your kids type of thing, you know. Like I have a 7-year-old stepdaughter at home, and I'm very adamant about, you know, you can do anything as long as you know, work hard and put your mind to it. And yeah, that's just kind of what I want to show my kids, you know. Never quit attitude, test yourself, take tough challenges, you know. And that's what I'm all about. So tomorrow night, I'm going to just, you know, balls to the wall from start to finish. No quit. I'm going to go out there, try to get a finish.
What do you know about your opponent, Nicholas Getting? He's just got the one fight. This usually happens with most of your opponents. You have a lot more experience. So what do you know about your opponent tomorrow?
Yeah, he was a 5-1 amateur. He was definitely he was an amateur champ. I believe 2 weight classes, 155 and 170. Comes from a great school. He's more of like a karate type of striker, you know. There's not too much footage on him. He suffered a loss in his pro debut, but, you know, records don't mean shit, you know. Yeah. He fought a guy that was 0-5, so like I said, records don't mean shit, you know. He could be 0-1 and could be the next John Jones for all I know, you know. But I know how good I am, and we've talked about this before, you know. The guys that I train with, you know, they tell me how good I am all the time. So, yeah, I'm just going to go out there tomorrow, implement my will, implement my game plan. I'm not too focused on what he's going to do. I just know what I got to do to win, and that's what I'm going to try to do tomorrow.
Yeah, you brought up a key thing here because I remember we talked after your last win. There was just kind of that weight lifted off your shoulders that, I can perform well in the gym. Now it's a matter of performing in the cage. How much momentum are you kind of riding off that? I know that was a couple months ago, but you did seem like you were on a high after that last fight, and I'm sure that's in the back of your mind in this one, trying to make it 2 in a row.
Yeah, man. Choking out a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt in the very first round, is not something that everybody can say. And, it definitely gave me a huge sense of confidence and relief. I was on a 6-fight losing streak against guys that I know I can beat on any given day. If they came to a sparring session, I know that I can hang with those guys, Unfortunately, the cards didn't fall in my favor too well, but getting back in the win column, man, what an amazing feeling. And I'm not planning on stopping. I'm planning on keeping the streak going. Like I said, I am going to take some time off, but not without a 2-fight winning streak.
Take me through camp a bit. Who'd you get to work with this time around? Who helped you get ready for this fight?
Yeah, so just a typical camp for me. I train over at Dark Side Jiu-Jitsu, doing the Cartel Regiment Training Center down in Fall River, Massachusetts. And then I train at Hard Knocks in Everett, Massachusetts, is where I do my striking, my Muay Thai, and my pad work up there. Just a pretty typical camp for me, to be honest.
How's this fight playing out tomorrow night? How do you see it unfolding?
I'm just gonna go out there, man, and I feel that I have a unique advantage everywhere. On the feet and the grappling. A lot of people don't realize how good my grappling actually is, and that I just have a guillotine. I have a lot more than just a guillotine, and I have really good grappling. But I'm primarily a striker, man, and this guy's a striker too. So I'm hoping we can go out there, exchange some shots a little bit, and it'd be cool to come away with a KO.
Yeah, well, and it'd be cool to, again, take some time off after this, coming off a couple wins, which would be great. Along with being a father, I know you also told me as well, going into the police academy too. So might be taking a little break from MMA for a little bit, but like you just said there, not a retirement, not stepping away here. So what's the next couple of months going to be looking like for you after this, as you become a dad and get into the police academy?
Yeah. So I have to train. I have to. I just, my life revolves around this. If I go 2 days without training, I'm already, I start to get anxiety. I start just not be a happy person. In camp, I'm training 3 times a day while working a full-time job and being a full-time college student. Outside of camp, I'm probably only going to train 1 or 2 days a week. I still teach classes and train clients and stuff, but it's just going to be a grind, man. I'm going to be working so much, trying to make so much money, really start locking in for my soon-to-be child.
There you go. Priorities inside and outside of the cage. Aaron, thanks so much for doing this. Looking forward to tomorrow night.
Thank you for having me, brother.
Yeah, there you go. Good talking to him. That is Aaron Hughes, one of our favorites here at Cage Titans. He's been on all the cards, it seems, the last little bit here. Always very active and always an exciting fight. Third most fights, as he just told me here. Got to correct myself. But, he's on quite the roll. So we're looking forward to this one tomorrow night. Going to be taking on Nicholas Getling on the main card. So you don't want to miss that one. I haven't even had a chance to plug things for this card. Of course, the title fight in the main event, Casey Norton taking on Cody Davis. Big fight here. Cody Davis, a former LFA flyweight champion. So someone that's coming in here with that championship experience already. Going to be a good one. Of course, we saw Casey Norton on the last card getting that really awesome win over Isaiah Torres to become the new champion. So really stacked event going on tomorrow night. Let's go through some of the other cards as we wait for our next guest here. Again, I am James Lynch, live here from the Plymouth Memorial Hall. We're trying to set up a little bit differently here today. You can see behind me. I know it's a little bit dark over there, but you can see we have all the fighters set to weigh in, get ready. So we're going to be talking to fighters as the day continues here. If you guys have any questions, let me know in the chat. Happy to talk to you guys about Cage Titans. We've got the UFC card going on tomorrow night. Whatever you guys want. I'm trying to make this as interactive as possible. This is Live with Lynch. We've been doing this after the Cage Titans weigh-ins for the last, I don't know how many events. It's been going on for a couple of years now. So, but doing these in person has been extra fun for me. I think we started doing it in the July event onwards from last year. So we're back at it. For Cage Titans 75. Let's go through some more of the card here as we take a look here in the co-main event. We got the OG title, Johnny Campbell, Charlie Gathers. Johnny Campbell getting called out by Charlie Gathers. So I'm curious to hear how that all came together. Johnny Campbell, of course, big win in the OG title fight last time, getting it done over Kenny Champion. Really great fight, really great finish there for Johnny Campbell, who looks to defend that OG title as well. Really excited to see Miguel Savison back in action, undefeated pro at 4-0. He's going to be taking on Trevor Guddy. That's going to be on the main card. We just just talked to Aaron Hughes. He'll be taking on Nicholas Getting. And then not opening up, we got a couple more main card fights. Tom Santos is back, another Cage Titans veteran who's been on a lot of these cards. Tom Santos is going to be taking on Dion Rubio. Dion Rubio hasn't fought in a while, so curious to see how he looks, 3-2 as a pro. And opening up the card, I'm really excited for this one. It's the Cage Titans amateur lightweight title fight between Anthony King and Aiden Giuliani. Aiden Giuliani, very active last year for Cage Titans. We saw him, a lot of really good wins in the cage like we saw last year, taking out Isaiah Small, Avery Poole most recently in September. Aiden's a guy to definitely keep an eye on when it comes to the future of Cage Titans going on there. But there's a lot of good fights on this card. And then, of course, we're going to be back next month for the Cage Titans at the MGM Fenway. Really looking forward to that event. There's going to be a lot of stuff, I'm sure, in this event talking about that card because that's going to be pretty historic going down there. So that's going to be great there as well. Zachary with a bit of a sarcastic remark. Cage Titans is in my opinion, the best regional promotion that you're going to find out there. It is just something you have to experience. If you've never been here before, it is quite the experience. I compare it, the best way I can compare this is it's a lot like a college game day type thing. It's like a college game day experience. Everyone's into it. Place is packed. It's just the perfect venue. You can kind of see here behind me, just great seating. There's never a bad seat in the house, and you get a lot of different fighters coming out from everywhere, competing on these cards. I remember a couple events ago, they had Dakota Bush out here headlining the card, who trains at American Top Team. Like, they pull out all the stops to make some really good fights here. So Cage Titans, if you live near Plymouth, Massachusetts, highly recommend going to check out the card. But if you can't, you can check it out here on Spectation Sports. They have you covered. If you have a favorite fighter on this card that you want to watch compete, go look on their social media page, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and you will find they have a discount code to watch this card tomorrow night on Spectation Sports. And part of the proceeds go to the fighter as well. That's one of the cool things that Spectation Sports has been doing for a while here, is getting the fighters involved, getting them paid a little bit as well. As we know, regional MMA, it's not paying the bills necessarily. So it's good to get the fighters a little bit extra money as we go as well. Let's see. We got Rob in the chat here as well. Let's see what else we got going on in the chat here. Good to hear from you, Rob. Really appreciate that there. Just been really happy to be a part of these Cage Titans events over the last little bit as well. I've covered a lot of regional cards. I see Zach in the chat throwing a little bit of shade here, but Zach's got to remember, I've covered, I don't know how many events, UFC, PFL, Bellator, you name it. I've been everywhere when it comes to covering events. I've been doing this for a long time. Cage Titans, to me, is the gold standard when it comes to MMA. Maybe I do need to check out some other promotions, but for me personally, I've really enjoyed my time here at Cage Titans. It's been great. And again, a great card going down tomorrow night. 2 title fights there. Like I mentioned, the flyweight title fight and the OG title. Just waiting around to see who else we're going to get here. Again, this is kind of on the fly right now as we're trying to see what's going on with the fighters. Big weekend, like I mentioned. We got the UFC's debut on Paramount tomorrow night as well. So a lot of eyes on the combat sports world. I feel like there's been, a big break, right? Because obviously the UFC took that month off at the end of December. And then, there hasn't been a ton of MMA going on. I know there's been some cards going on, but I feel like this is a big weekend for combat sports. So it's just really cool to be a part of this here for Cage Titans. So again, going through some of the other fights on this card, just looking at the prelims. Wish I could share my screen with you guys, but I don't think that's going to work. I don't have the dual monitor set up here. Not a break, but I just mean in general that, we've had, we haven't had the frequency that we're normally used to when it comes to regional MMA cards. You have to admit that, Zach. Obviously, there has been some events going on as well too, but we did get a little bit of a break in between there, so that's great. Appreciate that, Rob. Great to hear from you as well. Just keep the questions coming, everyone. Really appreciate you tuning in, including Zach. A couple other fights on this card I wanted to mention. One that caught my eye that was sort of a late addition here. Mark McKay is going to be on this card. Really excited. I got to see his debut last year. He's going to be taking on Chris Chico on this card from Darkside BJJ. We've got 15 fights total on this card, so it's going to be a pretty long night here. Hopefully not. Hopefully we'll get a lot of finishes and ends a little bit earlier. But a lot of cool stuff going on here for Cage Titans as well. Zach, Mr. Regional MMA himself, he'd know better than anyone. He says Cage Titans is better than Combat Night, other Zach. So Zach, telling it like it is. We're going to change the titles there. That looks a lot better. So that's great here as well. There we go. Keep the questions coming, everyone. Again, still waiting for our next fighter here. as we're seeing who we can get. I'm just looking behind me here, and looks like we got our next fighter here. How's it going? Doing great. Look at this hat. Guys, you got to check this out. Yeah, of course. Charlie. Yeah, Charlie Gathers. Very excited to chat with you as well. So tell me about this getup. What are you wearing here today? Let's talk about that.
This is my normal
getup
shit right here.
That's good, man. Yeah.
Got my Boston Scully.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is how I dress.
Yeah, no, you look good, man. You look great. Now, I understand you wanted this fight, right? That's sort of what Johnny was telling me, is that this was, when you found out about the OG title, you're like, I got to be a part of this.
Well, yeah. I mean, I wanted to be part of the OG division. So it just panned out that Mike threw me right in the title spot, I even said to Mike when we were talking about it, I was like, if you want to take the loser of Kenny Champion and Johnny, or find somebody else. Yeah. But he threw me in the title.
And why not? When a title opportunity comes up, you got to take it.
I don't turn down any fight. The last 3 fights was up in Maine for NEF, and I fought 3 studs that were half my age.
Yeah,
so,
no, I know you fought some good competition, and that's something I wanted to bring up with this fight. Like, both you and Johnny have been around the block, so to speak, as far as who you fought and the who's who. How much fun will that be for the fans that we are seeing 2 veterans in there, guys that aren't green, that have been in there with some of the best? I mean, you fought Cam Arnold, you fought a lot of really tough guys in the scene.
Yeah, man. I mean, Johnny's been around the block twice.
Right, that's true. Yeah,
I've been around the block once, going on 2 times. So Johnny is a lot more seasoned than I am. He's been up there. He fought Bellator, I believe.
Yeah, he did.
So 2 veterans. We're gonna go at it. Go in like I always say. We two men always enter. 1 man gets their hand raised. And then after that we move on to the next fight. So we go in there, put a show on for the fans, because to me that's the most important part. You know? They're spending their money to come and cheer and watch some good fights, and as long as we can do that, winning a title and getting your hand raised and stuff is icing on the cake, cherry on top. But if it's a boring fight where guys like to lay and pray and then they win, that's not a win for me. Even if I walk out with my hand raised and a belt, and you gotta be a boring person to do that, it's not really a win. So as long as the fans are happy, then I'm happy, whether I get my hand raised or not. Like I said, that's icing on the cake. I just want to go out, perform, put on a good showing, ultimately win, but as long as you 100% and get the job done, then that's where it's at.
When did you find out about this? Because obviously Johnny just won the title in November, so and I think even for him, he sort of found out shortly after. But how much notice did you get?
It wasn't long.
Okay, gotcha.
It was in contention, and I was still like training, and I got 2 boys in wrestling, so I get those guys to where they need to be, and I'm like hitting up Mike, like, is this fight happening? Like, and he's like, yeah, it's happening. We just gotta iron stuff out. The last show where Johnny was fighting, and then when we went a couple weeks and figuring out who I was gonna fight. Mm-hmm. So once you're like locked into the opponent is when you really try to get into things. So once I found out I was actually fighting Johnny, I made a trip up here to Cam Arnold's gym, spent a week up here.
Oh, no way.
Yeah,
nice.
he hosted me, him and his family.
That's
had
awesome.
Me at their house for almost a week. Trained with their guys. Went to Congo. Is it Congo's boxing? I hope no.
No worries.
Wrong,
it's fine. It's fine.
But went there. They're a pretty badass boxing gym out that way. Got some good work with Cam. He'll be cornering me with my wife's my corner as well. She's my grappling corner. She's been in the fight game pretty long time since she met me and stuff, so she knows her shit. But yeah, so it was I don't want to say short notice. Yeah. But it wasn't something we knew months about.
Right. Yeah.
So
that makes sense.
I just knew I was fighting. And like I said, I don't turn down fights. So give me somebody. Yeah. So I could see them and figure them out. And Johnny's a hard cookie to crack, hard egg to crack. he comes from all angles and he does his thing. So it's going to have to be a lot of in-fight changes. You know what I mean? It's not something you really train for. You know, it's like he does a lot of different shit. So it's going to be a lot of in-game changing.
So you fought Cam. Like, how soon after did you guys decide, hey, well, let's train together at some point? Because I think that's so cool. Usually you hear about it years later.
Well,
but
I knew Cam. My first fight was Nathan Gillard up at in NEF.
Okay.
So the way that I am, I'm a fight fan as a fighter.
Yeah.
So I knew all the fighters from NEF before I even went up there. Once I knew I was fighting, and I watched everybody, not just my opponent. I just want to know, just like Cage Titans, I've seen pretty much a lot of their fights. I watched them. I followed them. Before I even got this matchup, I was a Cage Titans fan. I've been trying to get on a Cage Titans card for a while. So it's just happened to be this one, which is crazy. But me and Cam, I went up to Cam and because I seen his fights. He was one of NEF's, well, he's one of the area's most exciting fighters, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
And his one fight up there where he knocked dude out, the dude was talking trash or something I got from him, and he took the selfie fight after he knocked him out. So I thought that was pretty badass. You know, a lot of people don't like that kind of shit. Yeah. But I like it. You know, so when I seen him, he was fighting on that card versus Johnson. And I seen him at weigh-ins. I introduced myself, you know, told him I've been following him. So I knew Cam before we even were fighting. Yeah. And I was a fan of his, and we talked on Facebook and all the whole nine. And then all of a sudden it was like, I want to fight Ken Arnold. And I messaged him. I was like, yo, man, you're my only friend up here, bro. Okay. But, you know, he was like, let's just go out. We're friends. We put on a show for, you know, we played the game of Punch Face, you know, and afterwards we had a beer together and went to the after party. So, you know, that's how it rolls. So it wasn't after that fight. It was well before that fight, you know, and then after our fight, he was like, I got to get you. You belong in Cage Titans in the OG division. He's like, you belong here. So, you know, that's how all that transpired.
Very cool. No, I like hearing those backstories. I always find that so fascinating when former opponents can train together and all that. What about training for you back home? Who did you get to work with leading into this fight?
My back home gym's the Shop 814. Okay. Tanner and Taylor Cahill. They run that gym. They are sorry, brain fart.
No. You just weighed in. Okay, so it's all good.
They're standout college wrestlers. They're on the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world team a couple times. Went over, fought for that UFC team overseas. A big grappling gym, but they're also cage fighters. Gavin, he's a former Iowa wrestler. He's been on the Jits with hits, a lot of combat jiu-jitsu he's done. He just won his last fight. So I'm trying to keep the ball rolling for the Shop 814 and my guys back home, you know. Let's go.
Yeah, so, I love it. I'm
excited. You know, they're really good guys up there. They show me a lot of support. You know, being the old head, I go in there and you know, they whoop my ass a lot because, like I said, they are Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu board team guys. Standout wrestlers, college, all that. So I do a lot of getting my ass kicked and a lot of defense up there, you know, but ultimately that runs deep. So
we actually have a comment in here, the chat from our guy Zach. He says the Shop Cahill brothers are great people.
Yes,
so there you go. People are taking notice. How's this fight playing out tomorrow night? How's this unfolding?
I mean, I never make a prediction ever. In 15 years, I've never said anything.
Okay, good to know.
I want to
standing firm with that. I like that. That's
always, you know, because you don't know. I don't like. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna not and then you see how did that play out. You know what I mean? So, you know, I know Johnny's tough. You know, he has heavy hands, and I gotta do what I gotta do. Hopefully, I don't get that world famous adrenaline dump. You know what I mean? Because I'm super excited to be here. You know. And I feel like an amateur right now for Cage Titans. You know, I've wanted to be on this card. I've got my shot, and I just can't get over zealous with it, because that adrenaline dump's real. Whether you're a 15-year veteran, almost 50 fights, it's real, So I got to focus and do what I have to do. It's either I get my hand raised or I wake up. That's
Right.
what, you know what I mean? Because Johnny's tough. Or, I also know he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. So if we go to the ground, then we'll see how that plans out too, So it's either get your hand raised or you don't, and I respect the champ. He's a good dude. I'm actually I watch so much film. I'm a fan of him, I shook his hand when I seen him. It's no animosity or anything like that. It's one of those gentleman fights, I'm looking forward. It's an honor to be in there with someone like him that's been to where I always kind of wanted to be, and he's done it all. So it's an honor to fight a guy like that for me,
Before we go, has anyone ever told you look a little bit like Ed Herman?
Ed Herman.
Yeah,
No.
the UFC fighter.
Conor McGregor, I get all the time.
Yeah,
and I'm
Conor
like,
McGregor.
"God
Yeah,
damn
you got them. Actually, if you
But-
took McGregor and Ed Herman together, I think you
Okay,
guys would be a
if
bit
they
of a
had
match.
baby, then
Yeah,
that'd be
and that's a
me,
compliment, by the way.
Okay.
That don't mean any shit. I
No,
love
I
the get up,
promise,
man.
yeah.
It looks great. So
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
Charlie Gathers, really appreciate the time. Looking forward to that one tomorrow night. OG title against Johnny Campbell.
Yes, sir. Let's
Thank you
go,
so much
let's
for the
go.
time, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you very much.
There you go. That's one half of the OG title fight. Charlie Gathers and Johnny Campbell. Maybe we'll get Johnny Campbell up here. We'll see. Mini Chuck Norris. So I did get your question in there, Zach. So glad to see you're asking some good questions here. Thanks to Zach and Zach in the chat, I should say. Zach and Zach. There you go. We'll see who's coming up next, everyone. Again, fighters are weighing in for the Cage Titan 75 weigh-ins. So waiting to get those results coming in. We'll keep getting fighters. I don't know who we're going to get. This is the fun part of doing the show is it's all on the fly. So don't know who we'll get, and I can talk forever. So that's good news too. But like I mentioned to you guys, if you have any questions at all, pop them there in the chat. Cage Titans related or not, all good by me. Just keep me company here while I'm waiting for the next couple fighters. You can see behind me. I know the lighting's all right, but a little bit dark in the back there. But it is a ton of people back here trying to weigh in, teams, everything else, medicals, all that stuff. So that's all getting taken care of here. Doing a new location today. Normally we're in. Well, let's see. We've done this show upstairs, right in the. They used to do the weigh-ins upstairs, so we used to do them up there. With all the light upstairs, although it gets a little warm. And then the last couple we've done in the sort of post-fight room, which is where, if you guys have watched the Cage Titans YouTube channel, you've seen us do the post-fight interviews with the backdrop and all that. But today we thought we'd switch it up and have it here so you guys can see the crowd in the background. Looks pretty badass there as well. Hello, Lynch. Can't wait to get interviewed when I get back. You got it. Yeah, hit me up. Always open for business when it comes to interviews. So got a lot going on. Got a couple interviews already booked for next week. Excited about that. I'm just hoping I can get out of here. I don't know if you guys have looked the weather. It's looking pretty tough here on Sunday with the snowstorm that's supposed to come in. I think it's Sunday, but the good news is my flight, I think, is earlier, and I think the storm's going to be coming later. So may get stuck here. We'll see what happens as I try and trek my way back to Vancouver, Canada. That's right. Long trek getting here, but it's well worth it. I love doing these Cage Titans Q&As and the post-fight interviews. And keep in mind as well, we're going to be doing a pre-show tomorrow night before the event. So make sure you guys tune in for that. About an hour or so before the event, I'll get probably a variety of fighters on here, some commentators, all that stuff to preview and set up the card as well. But today is just the live with Lynch where we just talk to the fighters as they step off the scale here. So still waiting to see who we get next. I'm kind of looking to the side here. There's like a little staircase. By the way, I'm also filming behind the scenes this week. I've got my DJI camera here. I'll show you guys in my pocket. Got this little thing. So I've been recording some behind the scenes stuff. So expect a video blog from me once this weekend's over to show you guys kind of what I'm doing behind the scenes this whole week. So I shouldn't even say week. It's only a couple days, right? I got in yesterday. We got obviously the weigh-ins today, and we got the event tomorrow, and then I'll be out of here early Sunday. I got to make it home in time for my kids' hockey game. That's the goal. So I should be getting home around 12 o'clock my time, and then I got to go coach hockey. So there we go. So yeah, keep the questions coming, everyone. Cage Titans related or not. Let me know what you're excited for the most on Cage Titan 75. Always appreciate you guys tuning in and keeping me posted on everything. So there we go. What else is on your mind, everyone? So again, going through the card here one more time. Well, we'll probably be doing this several times as we're waiting for more fighters. So the main event of this card was supposed to be, I forgot to mention this, the main event was supposed to be Andrew Valdina and Cam Arnold. They had to move that fight to the MGM card, the MGM at Fenway card next month. So that was the original main event, but like they always do on Cage Titans, they make these cards pretty strong. So easy move up on this card as they move up Casey Norton and Cody Davis. So that flyweight title fight now going to be headlining the card, but originally it was going to be the bantamweight title as Andrew Valdina looked to defend that in the main event. But we'll get to see that next month. And again, if you guys haven't taken a look at that card for next month at Fenway, it's going to be a pretty awesome event. A lot of big names on that card. Joe Giannetti. It's going to be a good event coming up here in the next little bit. But tomorrow night, all eyes are on Cage Titan 75. Again, I was going to say Casey Norton and Cody Davis, going to be a really good tilt there. For those who don't know, Casey Norton 6-2, Cody Davis 10-3. So UFC implications here, right? UFC's kind of revamping their flyweight division a little bit. If you look at it there, they got a new champion in Joshua Van. Is it a youth movement? If you look at it, I mean, we even saw a couple years ago with Steve Erceg, just a couple fights, he gets a title shot. Flyweight's kind of one of those divisions that I've always felt has been pretty wide open. So these guys obviously keeping that in mind, I'm sure tomorrow night is this, they're headlining this card, UFC. And I talked to Casey before this fight. His team, the UFC, I should say, does have him on the radar. I think they just want a little bit more activity because Casey Norton had a bit of a layoff coming into the last fight, right? I think he had 3 canceled fights, finally gets that fight against Isaiah Torres, ends up getting the submission win there. So Casey Norton, a lot of implications there for him. And again, for Cody Davis as well, former LFA flyweight champion, he's looking to obviously get a name over a local guy. And I think it always looks good on the resume too, where you come into someone else's backyard and take them out, especially for a title. So a lot on the line for Cody Davis, who comes to us from California Mixed Martial Arts, so making the long trip. He's a West Coast guy, just like me. Co-main event, we just talked to him there. Charlie Gathers going to be taking on Johnny Campbell. Charlie Gathers, let's go through the resume here of the guys that he's fought, just as I'm taking a quick look here. I mentioned Cam Arnold. He's been in there with a bunch of guys here. Dustin Pegg, if you remember him, Dustin Pegg, a veteran as well. Jacob Bond. Yeah, a lot of names here. If you look at who Charlie Gathers has fought, and then the same thing with Johnny Campbell as well. So that's the fun part about the OG titles. We're getting to see these older guys fight for a belt. You know, it's kind of like, not like the BMF belt in the UFC, but kind of like a fun belt for the older fighters. Adds a little bit more to the fight, which I don't mind. I think that's good. I think more organizations need to do that. They should do like an OG belt, like for fighters that have put in the time, the service, all that. So love that fight. Still haven't talked to Miguel Savison yet. He's going to be taking on Trevor Gutty. Miguel Savison just fighting once last year. I know he's dealing with some injuries. Curious to hear what type of camp he has. He's another guy that I'm sure is on the UFC radar. I just had that one win last year over Tom Santos, getting it done in the first round at Cage Titan 70. He's going to be taking on Trevor Gutty, 10-fight veteran. Trevor coming to us from Kakadal Martial Arts and Fitness. And he'll be fighting for the first time since June, so a bit of a layoff for him. He actually fought Eric Nolan in CFFC a couple years back. Eric Nolan obviously getting signed to the UFC. Gutty's also fought Jack Congdon, Joe Giannetti, Jay Ellis, who I think everyone's fought. Jay Ellis has like over 100 fights, which is just crazy. So, yeah, another important fight on this main card. We just talked to Aaron Hughes as well. Aaron Hughes going to be taking some time off after this fight, taking on Nicholas Getling. Getling had his pro debut last March, ended up losing that one in the first round. Looking to get that first pro win. Can he do it over Aaron Hughes? We'll have to see. Went 5-1 as an amateur, though. Looking pretty good there. And then also on the main card, Tom Santos, Mr. Cage Titans himself. He's fought a ton of times for Cage Titans. How many times did he fight last year for Cage Titans? I think he's been in there, I don't know how many times here. Last year, he fought 3 times for Cage Titans and never says no. And look at these opponents here. Shahib Jackson, Miguel, Aaron Hughes as well, fought him too. So, yeah, interesting one there as Tom Santos takes on Dion Rubio. Rubio going to be fighting for the first time since 2023. So big layoff for him coming in this one, almost 3 years since he last fought. Curious to see how he looks. He was supposed to fight for Cage Titans last year at Cage Titans 70. Ultimately, that fight does not come to fruition there. So, yeah, a lot of interesting ones there. And then also on the main card, I mentioned it there, the Cage Titans lightweight championship. We got Aiden Giuliani taking on Anthony King in that fight too. So still waiting to see who we get next. Let's see. Oh, yeah, Dustin Pegg is a BKFC champion. How did I not know that? I interviewed Dustin before his last fight. I should have remembered that as well. So check it out. Zach saying Cody Davis is a legit prospect. I agree. Listen, getting a title in LFA is a very prestigious thing. I don't know how many former LFA champions are in the UFC right now. So I totally agree with that, Zach. That's great. Let's see. No disrespect to other local promotions, but Cage Titans promotion social media team is not only second to none, but absolutely crushes it for all the fighters. That's great to hear. Yeah, that's what we're trying to do here. Trying to do things a little bit differently. You're not seeing this with every promotion. And again, I'll say it with this guy here too, as well. Is that I'll say it again as well, is that they're just doing things differently here. and hopefully other promotions will pick up. And again, this is good for everyone here. The fact that we're doing this pre-show, the fact they're doing all this different stuff, it's good for the fighters. Think of it from this standpoint. Fighters get to the UFC. You got to have that media training, right? You got to interviews, media. That's so important when it comes to the promotion of the sport. The fighters here, even on the amateur levels, are getting that experience already out of the gate, which is great. So that's another thing they do quite well as well. You don't know about hockey. I know a lot about hockey, actually. Zach, if you want to hop on here after and talk some hockey, I'm happy to do it. I know my hockey quite well. That actually I take offense to. I take more offense to that than people getting upset with my MMA takes. I'd say hockey's my utmost area of expertise, so to speak. Let's see what else we got. Zach, keep the comments good here, man. Come on, let's keep it good here. Let's go, AJ. That's from Christian. Good to hear from you there as well. Anthony King is going to be fire. I agree. LFA title usually means UFC. Yeah, I would agree with that. I'd go over the list. Yeah, there's a ton. I mean, this one just popped into my head, but I know Anthony Hernandez, who's fighting in a couple of weeks against Sean Strickland. He's a former LFA champion. You've got a lot of these guys. Even this weekend, I think we probably got some LFA veterans on the UFC card. So looks like we're getting the boss man here.
I was gonna come check you who else we gotta get, but
no, no, you can hop on here. Yeah, there we go.
hopefully my forehead's not too shabby.
No, it's all good. You're not blinding anyone. That light's good enough. So how's it going, Mike? How's everything going ahead of tomorrow night?
Listen, man, going all right, man. A couple of moves and moving and shaking. We had a little bit of a swap. Stavros Batanilis on the undercard. He's out. He had an injury last night, late last night. So got hit with that this morning. So I had to tell his opponent, Connor Holt.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, your fight's off. In a crazy turn of events, I had a fighter, Kai Michelle, who was supposed to fight at featherweight against Camden Black.
Yeah.
Kai Michelle came in at 155, 10 pounds over.
Oh no.
And Connor was like, dude, I'm still at weight. So like, if they want to do it.
Oh really? So
Connor Holt will now be fighting Kai Michelle at 155.
Okay. Did they give a reason? Did he think the fight was at a different weight, or is it a strategic thing? Like
I don't know. I mean,
I got the Paulo Costa. Remember Paulo Costa did that against Marvin Vittori, like the week of the fight. Like we're actually fighting a light heavyweight, not middleweight.
It was wild. I got a call from local Lobo, and he was just like, when I get a call on fight day, I'm like, okay,
that's never, yeah.
So our weigh-in day, and he was just like, I don't know what to say, but my guy's at 157. I'm like, you mean 147, right?
Yeah.
He's like, no, 157, and I was just like, a couple expletives, were thrown, and not on my behalf. I mean, obviously, Lobo's like, I'm so embarrassed. It is what it is. So I said, well, maybe his scale's fucking broken. I said, just have him come here and get on the official scale. You never know.
Yeah.
I've had guys say, hey, I'm off weight. Like I said, all right, when you get here, check it on this scale. And sometimes it's a pound one way or the other. Mm-hmm. He got here and he really was 155.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, there we go.
So again, Connor Holt, did know the hard part about this. Unfortunate part, I guess I'd say is, Camden Black did everything right.
Yeah.
And he's the odd man looking at, odd man looking out.
Yeah.
And then, Kai Michelle misses horribly by 10 pounds, and he kind of still gets rewarded by being able to fight.
Yeah.
That was a difficult conversation with Camden. It's just like, listen, Camden, I get it. You did everything right, and you're sitting out on this card now. And I know what you're probably feeling and thinking, seeing your guy who just missed weight still fight. But understand this. Connor did everything right as well, and got told this morning his opponent's off. So I have you who did everything right. I have Connor who did everything right. And I got one guy who did everything wrong, but I can make one right for one of you. And that's why I got to help Connor out. And sorry for the long winded.
No.
That's just kind of the mindset I had to go, kind of like the whole process.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of different personalities. There's a lot of different emotions you're managing. It's like, Camden's crushed, and I'm like, all right, dude, I gotta manage that.
Yeah.
And then immediately switch to, wait a minute, I just saw my opponent, weighing in and facing off with somebody else. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So I gotta manage that emotion. And then I gotta manage the whole, Kai Michelle thing. Like, dude, you fucked up.
Yeah.
But you still get the fight.
Yeah.
And kind of punish with the conversation, like, dude, you fucked up big time, and make him feel accountable.
Yeah.
But he didn't have a consequence. So how do you do that? Like,
100%.
When you touch a stove, it burns you.
Yeah.
If kids touch a stove and it doesn't burn them, then why would they? When you tell them don't touch the stove anymore, you need the consequence, and Kai didn't have that. So that was an interesting conversation.
Yeah.
And then
Connor, balance,
Connor, who's showing up not thinking he has a fight.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, I'm just here to turn my tickets in and
Yeah.
you know, whatever." And it's like, "Well, are you on weight still?" He's like,
Yeah.
Can you had it shut down that you weren't fighting? Can you rack it back up?" And he's like, "Yeah, let's go."
There we go. That's a game fighter as well.
3-minute conversation about that, but it was a lot of the morning.
Let's talk about the card just overall. Any sort of sleeper fights that we should be keeping an eye on? Anyone we should be keeping an eye on this card? I kind of did a full preview of this, but obviously a few changes. The Valdina fight getting moved to next month. It's actually worked out well because that's going to be a pretty stacked card. But just your thoughts on some of the changes on this card and anything that sort of you're looking forward to for Cage Titan 75 tomorrow night.
I mean, I think this card is stacked top to bottom. I
agree.
mean, honestly, MGM is the big, you know, lurking shadow in the distance.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of excitement since we've announced that on Christmas is revolved around that. But I think that Cage Titan 75 is a mega card in its own right.
Yeah.
You know, Casey Norton taking on Cody Davis.
Yeah.
You know, 2 out-of-staters, like Cody from across the country, the California state champion, taking on the East Coast state champion and Casey Norton, who's from Connecticut.
Yeah.
You know, when we started this in 2010, Cage Titans was local guys fighting local guys. And then somewhere in the middle, it became local guys fighting out-of-state guys who are kind of just getting beat up here.
Yeah.
And now we're just really an organization that has, over the 16 years, has risen that, like, if you're a talented fighter and you have next level talent, we have a platform that really could catapult your career. And I think it's shown in the past. And I think now we're starting to get that national recognition where you have guys like Cody Davis flying 8 hours over here to compete on this stage.
Yeah, no, it's been really cool. I got to ask you before we get you out of here, what did you think of Dave Portnoy's pizza review at Coops? I'd ask that.
Yeah, I love that. So obviously, if you don't know, we have you know, Coops Bar and Grill is my restaurant in Quincy. I was the fighting doorman out of there in 2007, 2008 when Coops opened. And here I am, you know, the owner, but it's been crazy. Dave Portnoy coming in. I will tell you this. We're not really a pizza place. You've been to the restaurant.
Yeah.
When you come to our restaurant, like, you're getting, I think even when you ask me, I'm like, get steak tips, get drunken meatballs.
Drunken meatballs.
Yeah, the drunken meatballs. Like, we're known for so many things. The fact that, like, I've been saying this the whole time, like, pizza is probably our 10th biggest item. Like, there's so many bigger things on our menu, and he actually acknowledged it. So I guess the long and the short of it, I couldn't have been happier. It was what I expected. You know, it was, I knew we weren't going to blow anybody away with our pizza. I know that we're not your traditional South Shore bar pizza, which is a big thing down here. You know, people open pizza boxes like, that's not South Shore. It's not laced edges. It's not this. So we have a unique pizza. It's great. But it's not the first thing you go to. So I was happy with his overall. You know, he loved a couple of the bartenders that were in there. You know,
it's a cool vibe. It's like a sport. It's like if you want to go get the sports bar experience.
Yeah,
this is what you got there.
You know, and that. So I was very happy with it. It was very cool. That, you know, unfortunately I wasn't there. Usually we have our Coops studio in the basement of Coops.
Oh, no way. Okay, cool.
But this past like 6 months, I built a home studio. So I've been doing Table Titans. So usually I'm there on Mondays. Of course he comes in on Monday. I'm not there doing Table Titans. But you know, whatever. Overall, great thing. I mean, I tell people this, and I said this in the lead up to him tasting our pizza. Everybody has different and unique pizza taste buds. You know, you might like Bud Light. Somebody might like Coors Light. Somebody might like this IPA. You might like this food. Like, oh, I love that food. Oh, I hate that food. Like, food is so unique to the person.
I agree.
So like, it's cool that but like does his opinion really, really matter? In the grand scheme of things. If you like the pizza there, then fucking like it. Because he might not like it, or he give a 6.8, which is a great score from what I hear. I don't even watch his reviews, but you know, if somebody says, "Oh, I don't like that pizza," but you love the pizza, would that make you now not buy it or not eat it?
Yeah, that's true. You'd want to just test it out for yourself and kind of give that makes sense. And I heard he won't be at the MGM card because apparently he's away. So your social guy Nick mentioned that, but wonder if we can get Robbie Barstool to come out or someone, because I know they're in Vegas right now doing the 324 card.
Yeah, so I mean, it would be amazing. So I think Robbie interviewed Dana White when Dana White came to Boston looking for a fight. And he was like, "Oh, I'm coming to Boston for looking for a fight." And Robbie was like, "Oh my God, you coming to Cage Titans?" Like, there was not a stutter. Like, Cage Titans is synonymous with East Coast. And obviously they didn't come to our show, but I I know the Barstool guys are big fans of Cage Titans, so it'd be amazing. Martina, who's actually our photographer, she's one of our waitresses at Coops. She was there that day, and
cool.
she actually brought it up to him. It's like, hey,
perfect.
the owner of here is the owner of Cage Titans. You know, he's my boss at both places. We have a big show coming up in Boston. You think he'd come? And Portnoy was like, I live in Florida now. It's way too cold up here. I'm not coming up in February.
But
maybe one of his boys can come.
Yeah, exactly. It makes sense. Mike, I know you got a million things to do. Thanks.
I'm
going
to try. Who haven't you seen yet? Some comments.
Main events. We got Aaron Hughes. We got Charlie Gaithers. That's it. Those are the only two we've got so far.
Holy shit! Let me go get some people. Get some we got cupcakes in the building. We got a bunch of people. So all right.
Perfect.
Valdina. Maybe we can grab Valdina.
Valdina.
We got some people.
Yeah.
What time
good.
is it? We got about 20 more minutes.
Yeah. We got time. We got.
You know what it is? Shout out to Lila, who's back at home. She's usually our wrangler of fighters to bring them over, but she's not here today, so I got to kind of do it all.
It's okay. But, he does everything. It's true.
There we go. So tune in tomorrow if you still want tickets. I think
don't hit the funny links.
Yeah, don't hit the funny links. Spectation Sports is the only home of Cage Titans. And then also, if you're still looking for tickets, you want to be in the building, I've got a couple DMs. A couple tickets have come back at weigh-ins. We probably have a handful of tickets left, so go to cagetitans.com. Get your tickets for tomorrow night. You definitely want to be in this building. January is usually our largest show crowd-wise. I think people are just waiting to get out. Plus, there's a huge snowstorm coming on Sunday.
Yeah, there is.
So, get the fuck out of the house tomorrow night. Come down to Plymouth Memorial Hall. And if you can't, don't worry. Spectation Sports got you covered.
There you go. Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Michael Poivert, the general of Cage Titans. So we're going to wait to see what other fighters we get. We got about another 20, 15 minutes around here, but we'll depends who we get. We got lots of time here. We're just hanging out. So again, you can see people still getting their medicals done, everything else. Let's get to the questions here. I think Zach's still throwing a little shade on here. The other Zach, not 4 ounces of freedom. That Zach's awesome. Fumi stated Cody was one of the hardest fights he's ever had. Yeah, I did notice that fight for Cody. That was his last fight, right? So should be interesting. That was LFA. What LFA card was that? That was the one. I know it was last June. Was that fight? LFA 211 back in June. Yeah. So again, bit of a layoff, but I know he's done some grappling in between there. So I'm actually curious why Cody has not fought that long. So there we go. What do we have here? Let's see. Had a call from a buddy in Vegas. Call me in PA about that Casey Norton Cody matchup. Interesting. Well, there you go. The word's getting out, which is awesome. So there we go. Oh, look who we got here. Good to see you again. I want to point out I am a real person. So there we go. Although we figured that out about. So how did the rest of the camp go? We obviously talked a couple weeks ago, but everything looked like it went well.
Fantastic. Yep. I feel outstanding. Feel sharp, light, and ready to smash.
Yeah, Johnny Cupcakes Campbell, by the way, didn't do the intro amateur move, but we had Charlie up here. Did you get to see him yet? Did you see the outfit?
Did you see those pants?
I know.
That was the first thing I said.
Yeah, exactly.
To him was, dude, great pants.
Yeah, and a lot of respect. Like, he didn't want to give a prediction for this fight. He sort of, in some ways or another, sort of kind of said he looked up to you a bit. I guess, he's a fight fan just like anyone else, has sort of, kept an eye on you. But I think the big thing he really emphasized, and something you told me as well, he's here for the fans. He wants to put on a good fight. He doesn't count a win if someone is going and wrestling and making it a boring fight.
Amen.
So that's got to excite you too. And that's usually the case in most of your fights too.
Yeah, I'm into that for sure.
Yeah.
But I will wrestle if the moment calls for it.
For sure.
So
Yeah. The win's important. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I would love to just bang him out on the feet.
Yeah.
I think that being patient and calm in there and just basically sparring, as I've said, a few of my most recent fights, just too much bloodlust, too much cupcakes, and I just need to be woosah and zen in there. And I have UFC level skills with a journeyman's record.
Right.
So tomorrow the objective is to prove that I'm on that next level and that that my skills are as good as anybody in that cage.
How did the cut go? I know you've had how many fights? I don't know, but it's like, and you keep making the weight.
So much better. Yeah. So much better this time. The last one, for whatever reason, was a little tougher.
Yeah.
I feel so much better having this interview today than I did last time.
Yeah.
Man, I was spasming and
you had a good poker face because you didn't look. I mean, I obviously I knew you were a bit drained, but you seemed. I mean, you were talking like you are here today. So
yeah, well, the details are in like the hands and things or the movements.
Yeah.
If I'm like constantly fidgeting, it's because I'm spasming or what do you call it when you're
like twitching and stuff
or whatever.
Yeah.
But no, I felt weight cut went good.
Yeah.
Like first session last night in the sauna, I dropped like 4 pounds right away, and then it came off a little bit slow after that. But man, I felt good. I was taking silly pictures in the in the sauna and whatnot. Yeah, the weight cut was fantastic. Now just putting it back in is the real science experiment. You need to just, your ratios of sodium need to be appropriate, and plenty of fluids without too much like caffeine and things like that. So yeah, I've done it a million times. I'm ready to do it again, and I'm looking forward to just being in that cage tomorrow.
I don't think I asked you in our last interview, but is your corner going to be the same? Who will be in the cage with you for this one?
Yeah, we'll have Bill Mahoney, Ryan White, and then Mark Giovi, I do believe.
Oh, okay.
So
awesome.
We'll have the 3 big hitters, and the exact same guys that were in the cage last time for me. And they really gave me what I needed in that fight. Just everything that they were saying in the corner was just so precise and perfect. And we went in there, followed the directions, and then got the finish because of it. So I wouldn't feel comfortable without having those 3 in there.
What are you expecting from Charlie tomorrow night? As far as, I just told you there, he wants to make it entertaining. Like what? And I'm sure you've seen some tape on him as well. There's a lot of footage on him, obviously. What are you expecting from him tomorrow?
I expect him to just come out and strike with me for the most part.
Yeah.
He's like a tough looking guy, big beard, bald head, forehead, gigantic. So he's going to be in there chin down. He throws a nice hard right hand. He mixed up his leg kicks well. So we're just going to move laterally on him. Every time he thinks he's going to hit me, he's going to miss. And every time that he thinks I'm too far away from him, I'm going to hit him with something. And before long, we're going to hit him with something that hurts him, and we're going to get him out of there.
OG title fight, co-main event tomorrow night, Cage Titan 75. You don't want to miss it. Johnny, always a pleasure, my friend.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward to tomorrow night. It's going to be a good one.
Can't
so
wait.
there you go. There's Johnny Cupcakes Campbell, one half of the co-main event for the OG title. The OG champion right here. Actually, I didn't recognize you without your belt, but maybe we'll see it at the weigh-ins. So it'll be there. So there we go. The belt still exists. It's cool for me because, and I've mentioned this before on the stream, Johnny's someone I've interviewed for like over a decade ago, back when he was fighting. I couldn't even tell you which promotion it was for, but Johnny and I have done a bunch of interviews over the years and got to meet him for the first time last year. Got to see him win the OG title. That's the cool part for me, is you get to interview these guys over the years and see them achieve cool things in their career, like him winning the OG title. Now he gets to defend it. And I think tomorrow night's fight's going to be awesome. Again, it's a nice kind of mix together. You get 2 veterans, 2 guys that want to entertain. You've got the OG title. There's a little bit of everything in that co-main event tomorrow night. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And 2 big fan bases as well, too. A lot of support coming out there. So that fight, going to be good. Let's get back to your questions, as everyone. Can't wait to watch Nick Martino. There we go. Sorry, I missed a couple other ones here. Cody was in the works to fight Sean Saldana in New York, but they wouldn't approve it. Why wouldn't they approve the fight? Is Sean still fighting, by the way? I haven't seen him in forever. That was a guy that should have got signed to the UFC years ago. So again, still waiting to see who we're going to get next. Keep the questions coming as well. Let's see what else we got. Cupcakes, Costa, Charlie Gaither seem to be like a dream blunt circle. I agree. Maybe that's the next Cage Titan things we do. Get a blunt circle going and talk about the good old days, or the fight times or whatever. Interesting. Sean will be fighting in March. Didn't know that. Good for him, man. That guy's a grinder on the scene and has some good wins too. Got to meet him. He cornered. Oh, here we go. Andrew Valdina's coming up here right now. I was going to say I met Sean Saldina in Calgary. He was cornering Caitlin Chukagian. I forget who she fought in that card. And here we go. The champ, Andrew Valdina. I feel like it's not a Cage Titan show unless I'm talking to my man, Andrew Valdina. I know you're supposed to be on this card, Andrew, but hey, sometimes things work out for the better. You're going to be fighting on that mega card next month. They did that cool video. Shout out to our video guy, Nick, who did such a good job with that. Yeah. So how are you feeling now that, that everything's kind of transpired the way it has?
No, I feel great, man. I'm very grateful for even these setbacks. I've been telling everybody here, I've had 3 camps in a row now with either injuries on my end, injuries on my opponent's end, and just constant setbacks and having the dates pushed back.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of grateful for it because it's only allowed me to gain my skills even more. I feel like I'm 10 times the fighter I was from my last fight to now, honestly.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for everybody to see, man. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, that's good. How is things going sort of leading into it? We're coming. I mean, the crazy thing is we're less than a month away from that card, right? That's Cage Titans keeping things rolling here.
I know, right?
Yeah.
No, everything's good. Weight's in check. That's another thing that I'm grateful for is all these setbacks, 3 camps in a row. It's allowed me to keep my weight where I kind of need it to be. I'm not blowing up after a fight or anything like that. So yeah, everything's very disciplined, just very, very disciplined. And I'm very focused.
Yeah, Cam's going to be here tomorrow night. It looks like because he'll be cornering Charlie Gaithers. I don't know if you knew that. Yeah,
Yep.
So that's kind of neat. So he'll be in the house. You're not doing commentary tomorrow, right? Because you have the fight coming up, or are you doing it? I can't remember.
No, I didn't get the call for commentary this time. I'm literally just coming here to watch and
that'll be cool.
spectate, Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering about that as well. And let's talk about this card because obviously the main event. You were supposed to fight for the flyweight title. Casey Norton steps in. He ends up winning the title. First, just talking about that fight. Did you expect the fight to go like that with Casey submitting Isaiah in that fight? Because obviously Isaiah won the title over Joe Poirier in a fight that I think a lot of people felt like he was losing. So
no, crazy turn event. That's MMA math for you right there.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, I didn't expect that fight to go the way it did with Casey and Isaiah. Casey really rose to the occasion, and he took Isaiah out in dominant fashion early on.
Yeah.
And we saw like the tenacity that Torres has in Joe Poirier's fight there. Getting through that first round and coming back to take him out. So it goes to show the performance that Casey put on. I got nothing but respect for him, and it was a great performance.
Yeah, it was interesting, and obviously taking on Cody Davis tomorrow. That's kind of cool about this fight is that, and one of the things that Cage Titan has done such a good job of is bringing fighters out of state. So, Cody, a former LFA flyweight champion, so he has that experience already. Tomorrow night I think is going to be one of the best fights on the regional scene at flyweight for sure.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Cage
Titan's constantly bringing in high-level opponents. And good matchmaking. We're past the prehistoric times of having some out-of-stater come in to get his ass kicked, kind of,
Yeah.
These are high stakes. Everyone knows where they want to be. Everyone wants to get to the UFC or a higher promotion, and these are the fights you got to take.
Yeah, completely agree. Just going back to your card next month, how many people have been hitting you up for tickets? Because I think a lot of people, it's making history, cool venue. It's a pretty big deal next month. Not to look past tomorrow, obviously, but yeah.
No, man, for the MGM card, you're saying, right?
Yeah. MGM,
I've already at this point, I've sold more tickets than I ever have for any fight.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
nice.
So it's going to be a packed house, man. And I can't wait. All the tickets, just a quick little snippet here.
Yeah.
All the tickets are online. There's no physical tickets for this one, guys. So anybody that wants tickets for that MGM card in February 21st, right next to Fenway, legendary card of the year. I'm headlining. I'm going to dust this kid, and I can't wait for y'all to see. The link is in my bio if you want that. And I appreciate it. Let's make history.
Just before you go, who do you have fighting? Who are some of your teammates fighting tomorrow night on the card?
Yep. So I got a teammate, Drew Arpin.
Oh, yeah. We saw Drew on the last. It was two. It was either last card or 2 cards ago.
I think it was 2 cards.
Two cards. That's right. Yeah.
He is a savage, man. He's one of my main training partners these days. Just a great body. His skills are getting so good, so fast, too. And I can't wait. He's taking on a tough opponent as well. And that's what I love to see out of Drew as well, because, he's not looking for any gimmies either, man. He's looking to test himself and keep climbing the ladder. I can't wait for you all to see what he can do. And then a bunch of Lozon's guys as well. Mark McKay's fighting.
Yeah.
And he put on a great
Mark
performance.
put on a great fight last time. That was awesome.
Yeah, for sure. That was one of my favorite fights of that night, too.
Yeah.
Great 1-round war. And then Andrew Jacobs, he's coming back after a long time away from the cage. And I know there's one more, and someone's going to kill me for it.
Oh, no, don't worry about it.
Who is it? Who is it?
Right here, I got the card right here. If actually, you know what, I got an updated card to help you out here. So even though that font's about as small as it can get, so on Lozon's, let me just look here. You mentioned Mark, Andrew Jacobs.
Okay, I think I'm good, actually.
I think you got everyone.
Right.
Yeah, you're good. Okay,
I ain't getting hit for that.
No, you're good. I can't wait to see you next month, man.
Yeah,
I'll see you tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Always good talking to you, Andrew Valdina.
James Lynch, Bench to the Biz, baby.
There we go. You heard it here first. I'm going to put that on my resume. There we go. That's Andrew Valdina, who I feel like on all these Cage Titan preview shows, we always get him on one. So I got to thank him for that, because he's just making my job a lot easier, talking about the fights, couple teammates on this card. And we'll see him next month. Again, really looking forward to that MGM at the Fenway. But again, this card tomorrow night, like Michael Pulver mentioned, very stacked. Again, we lose a title fight in the main event. They still have a pretty stacked card here with 2 title fights, the OG title and the flyweight title, and a couple names to watch on this card as well. So let's see what's going on there. So let's go. Oh, yeah, it's Miguel. You're right. Exactly. How could I forget? So anyways, that's why we're there. Just waiting to see who we get next. We're almost coming up to the 1 hour mark, but we can go over. I'm in no rush. We're just going to do this and see what's going on. And looks like we do have our next fighter here coming up right now. What's up, man? Good to see you. Hey. Yeah, nice to meet you as well. Yeah, come up here. Yeah, you can bring him on here as well. Look at this. We got the future and the present right now. Just tell our audience who we got right here.
Nico Gatlin representing Triforce MMA.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And who's our little guy here?
My name is Jack.
Jack? That's
Jax.
cool. Jax. Okay, yeah, with an X.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds way cooler than
Yeah,
Jack, I gotta
badass.
say, man. So tell me when you got the call for this fight and how this all came together with you getting this
we got
opportunity.
the call for this fight probably 5 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I was already in training camp. I had wanted to fight around September, but that had fell through. So I've been busting ass pretty much the whole time.
That's good. So decent amount of notice, which is great. And just
Yeah, definitely.
what does it mean to sort of be a part of this card? It's a pretty stacked event. I know they got the event next month too.
I'm very
But
excited to be a part of this card. I've lived in Rhode Island for about 6 years now. I've done my whole amateur and pro career out in Long Island, New York. So I've always had to travel.
Yeah.
This has been the first time we've been at home for the whole camp and everything. It's been nice.
yeah, and you've had a lot of teammates fight for Cage Titans as well. So I'm sure that
Yes, sir.
helped too, where
Yes,
kind
sir.
of know what the whole experience is about, because it is different than other promotions
Yep.
for sure.
Yep.
So-
I've had the help of Saheeb Jackson. He's been
Yeah.
on the cards over here. Dion,
Yeah.
a bunch of the guys. I've actually cornered for a couple of the fights over here. One of the guys that fought over here, I cornered for him as well.
Cool. Let's talk about your opponent. How do you feel like stylistically you match up against him here?
I think that Aaron's very experienced. I think that stylistically we match up nice. He's aggressive. He gets after it. I feel like I'm the same way. I don't think that my last fight is a complete reflection of who I am.
Mhm.
So if he's going based off of that to show everybody how good he is, he's in for a long night.
Yeah, and just how exciting is it getting to fight a guy that you know is going to make it an exciting fight? You don't have to worry about point fighting. Like, that's not in his nature, and,
Yeah.
and you're going to give the crowd a good fight, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I plan on giving the crowd a good fight. They call me that ninja. I plan on doing some ninja shit. So yeah,
That's good.
We're gonna
How
get
did
after it.
the weight cut go? I got to say, man, you're a pretty big guy for the weight class. It's
weight
good.
Cut went very well.
Mhm.
First time I did it with the science behind it, the water load and the chop.
Yeah.
I thought it went very well. We made weight last night.
Okay.
Woke up this morning. We did 1 extra pound because I had a couple things to drink, and that was it. Yeah, smooth.
Cool.
Smooth.
You mentioned your gym. Who'd you get to train with for this camp? Who were some of the main guys helping you get ready?
Nate the Snake.
Oh, love it. Andrews. I haven't heard that name in a while.
Nate the
Awesome.
Snake. He's
Yeah.
been giving me a lot of work. My
Yeah.
buddy Julius, he was top 5 Bellator. He
Yep.
fought in MCOP for the title. Dion and me have gotten plenty of rounds together leading up to this. Everybody's had a helping hand.
Good.
Coach P's been in my corner whole step of the way.
Yeah. And speaking of your corner, who else is going to be in the cage with you?
For this fight, it'll be Coach P. It'll be Nate. And
Oh, nice.
It'll be my buddy Julius.
Okay, excellent. And prediction, how's this one going down?
I heard he has a good guillotine. I got a nasty guillotine too. So
Okay.
we'll see if he won't go to the ground. It's gonna be interesting. On the feet, I don't think he wants to keep it there too long.
Okay, that sounds good. And Jax, I got a question for you. Who's your favorite fighter besides your dad? Do you have a favorite fighter?
Diego Lopez.
Wow, Diego Lopez. Great choice. Great choice.
100%. That's the
Give me a
mullet.
fist pump, my man.
That's the mullet. That's the
Yeah.
mullet.
There we go. Give me a fist pump. There we go. Looks good. Cool. All right. Well, that's one half of the main card here. Thanks so much for doing this, man. Really appreciate it. And thank you, Jax, for joining me. Great mic skills. Have a good day, guys. Perfect. So there you go. That is one half of the welterweight fight coming up on the main card. And now we're keeping the fighters going here. So excited to talk to our next guy coming up here. Got Miguel Savison coming up here, which is going to be great. Miguel, what's up? I'm doing great. I was just thinking, I've had you on here, I don't know how many times, and now we got a fight to talk about, which is good. So let's start there, man. Just how excited were you to get on this card? Because I know you wanted to come back soon, and you get the first card of the year.
Yeah, I'm pumped. I get to start the card with a banger, and I'm really looking forward to putting on a show for everyone.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Did you get a lot of notice for this fight? I feel like you kind of knew about this fight before the last card, did you not? Or at least that you would be on this event.
I from the last card, I knew I was saying I want to get on the card, but everything wasn't really played out. But then we finally got everything finalized later in the following week.
Okay, cool. So decent amount of notice for this one. And let's talk about your opponent, just stylistically, how you're looking at this one.
I don't want to give away.
No,
all
don't
my
have to give away the game
secrets.
plan, but yeah, where do you think he's going to pose problems in this fight? Let's put it that way.
The ground.
Yeah.
He's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. He's really good on the ground. So he's really long limbs.
Yeah.
So being 6'7", so it's got kind of have to watch out for. But I'm not I'm not shy. On the ground if it gets there.
He's fought a lot of really good opponents. That's something I noticed on his record. He's got, maybe not the best record, but he's been in there with some of the guys. How important is it to fight veterans like that early in his career to get those guys that are seasoned vets?
very important.
Yeah.
It kind of shows where I am as a fighter as well.
Yeah.
Fighting someone that has that much skill level. So it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. We just had your teammate up here, Andrew Valdina, who have been some of the main guys helping you get ready for this one.
He's actually on the card. Connor Holt.
Oh, perfect.
He's been like,
he
he's
got jerked
6'3".
around. The whole fight. That's too bad about the whole.
But he's fighting still.
Yeah, I know he's still fighting. Yeah,
but he's been my main training partner, and then also AJ, who's fighting for the title.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So those two guys have been doing a lot of sparring with. Everyone getting my grappling from Ford Jiu-Jitsu, and then Lozon's, Dan Savory's. I dabbled a little bit towards the end at with Nate Andrews.
Oh, cool.
And at
Triforce. Yeah.
guys.
Just had your teammate up there, guy you get to work with. Yeah, so that's cool. A little bit of everything. Good. Yeah, little bit of everything. And how'd the cut go? Because I know it's been a bit since you fought.
I mean, it wasn't that bad. It was 175. We did a catch weight, so it was pretty easy.
Okay, why was it a catch weight as opposed to just 170?
I can't really disclose.
That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, fair enough. We'll just leave it at that. I have to ask the questions though. That makes sense.
I get
your corner. What's that going to look like?
Joe Lozon, Mike, Sensei John Morendo for my League Film May. Same group of guys I've always been with and who's been behind me the whole time.
How's this fight playing out tomorrow night? How do you see it unfolding?
First round knockout TKO.
There we go. Just like last time, right?
That's right.
Yeah, keep it going. And I got to mention this, just looking at your record, there's a lot of implications for you this year, because if you look at your record, it's kind of what they're looking for in Contender Series. Is that something in the back of your mind? I know you got to take care of business tomorrow night, but is that something you're kind of thinking about as Contender Series is going to kick off here in a couple months?
I mean, I feel like everyone's kind of shooting for that, their spot. And, of course, it's on my mind as well. But right now, like you said, it's
just handling business. I guess a big thing for you too this year is just keeping active, right? Is that sort of, the goal is stay healthy, take the opportunities. And I guess one of the good things with Cage Titans, they keep doing so many events that, most likely you'll be able to get a fight.
Right. Yeah. And there's Cage Titans is one of the biggest promotions now that I feel like everybody wants to just jump on that card so desperately.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, well, now you got to fight this killer, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's fun.
Last question. How different is fight week as a fighter compared to a commentator? Because I know you've been commentating as well. Because I know sometimes the fighters get more nervous watching their teammates compete. So where do you lie on that scale?
Probably the same.
Because you can't control it, right?
Right.
You control how you fight, right?
I just yell and scream like a cheerleader, like, hey, do this. And, they may or may not hear me.
Yeah.
And it's like, I did the best I could to try to help them. But you really wonder, could you have done more if they lost? You know?
That's good. Cool. Miguel, thanks for doing this. Looking forward to the fight tomorrow night. There you go. And I threw that curveball question at you, but it's all good. It's all good. There you go. Miguel Savinson going to be fighting on the main card here against Trevor Gutty. Looking forward to this one. Trevor, what type of, he's got 10 fight veteran. But look at some of the names he's fought. I was talking about this before with Miguel. You look at the names here. Like I mentioned, Eric Nolan, who's in the UFC, Jack Condon, Joe Giannetti, Jay Ellis, who has a ton of fights, Roman Feraldo, who fought in Bellator, actually fought him in Bellator. That's right, at Bellator 255. So yeah, he's been around the block and fought a lot of guys. So that's, for a guy like Miguel who's only got 4 pro fights, you want to fight guys with a lot of experience. It's certainly going to help out the career if you're fighting guys that are battle tested. Oftentimes we've seen fighters that, maybe get an easier schedule to the big show, and then they get to the big show and they're not ready. So that's one thing with Cage Titans, trying to get those fights lined up as well. Mortal Kombat inspired. From what exactly? I don't know. I missed this from earlier. So let's see what else we got here. Yeah, sorry, I didn't see the questions as I was doing the interviews, guys. So I'll try my best here. See if we get anyone else. We still haven't got anyone from the main event yet. Casey Norton, Cody Davis. We'll see if we do get them. Just looking behind me. Anyone is in my there's Tom Santos there, which is great. See if we get something with Tom. But dude's son name was Jax. Oh, from Mortal Kombat. That's right. You know what? I think when I think of Mortal Kombat, I think of the original one from Sega. So that's why I got confused about that as well. Look what we got here. Tom Santos, one of my favorites. How you doing, Tom? Man, you do not miss a beat, my friend. I feel like you're on every Cage Titans car. So I'm going to give you your microphone here. When did you get the call for this fight?
Oh, Jesus Christ, bro. It's little Ingrid, man. It's okay.
Yeah. So you got a little bit of notice for this fight? When did you find out about this fight?
Estou muito bem, muito preparado.
Yeah.
E Cage Titãs, agradeço muito a oportunidade de mais uma luta. A minha quinta luta na organização, enfrentei grandes nomes e agora tenho certeza que irei dar uma grande apresentação.
Okay.
Ok,
Gotcha.
calma aí, vamos fazer
say whatever you got to say. Go for it.
Translation.
Yeah. That's no problem. No problem. If you got a translator, that's great. If not, maybe we got some Portuguese.
Bacana. Por favor. Vem cá, por favor. Ele. Deixa ele aí enfacar, filho. Ok. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. Yeah.
Ao vivo.
Yeah. Maybe we can get a translator.
Vem cá. É para entender mais, um pouquinho mais. Aqui não vai ver.
So you may or may not be getting a translator here. We'll see. It's okay. No worries.
One more.
Yeah, sure. What's your prediction for tomorrow night? How do you see the fight playing out? I was just asking his prediction for the fight. Okay, yeah, no worries. Okay, we're 0 for 2. 0 for 2 on that. Yeah, that's good.
I'm sorry. I expect to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my.
Oh, don't say sorry.
Yes, fight Tom Santos, champ, one more fight, non-stop fight, understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. Tomorrow this fight is good, knockout.
Yes,
knockout.
Yeah, that I did understand. Yeah,
let's go.
Thanks, Tom. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
There we go.
I'm
Tom
sorry,
Santos.
everybody.
Oh, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't say sorry. It's all good. I'm glad we got to talk to him here.
Thank
Tom
you.
Santos. Like I mentioned, Tom has been on so many Cage Titans cards. 3 times he fought last year. So when he gets the call, you know it's going to be a good card because Tom's always out there. He's game to fight anyone. He's fought some good guys. Shahib Jackson fought him last year. Aaron Hughes, who we mentioned earlier, fought him. He's been in there with everyone. Couldn't get a translator, though, but that's okay. We're doing this on the fly. I like doing this stuff. Also fought Miguel last year, too, who we just talked to. So, again, we'll see who else we're going to get here. Just kind of keeping tabs. This is all over the place. Yeah, he does. I mean, you think? There we go. All right. We're waiting to see who else we're going to get. We might wrap this up here pretty soon. We'll see, guys. Thought maybe we'll get someone from the main or we got both the co-main event. So we had Charlie and Johnny Campbell. Nothing from Casey Norton and Cody Davis. I don't know if we're going to get them, guys. I'm going to be keeping tabs here. I'm looking around. I don't see either of them back here, but we'll find out. Maybe we'll do another 5 minutes. We'll get some more questions here. Don Shanis, Peter Barrett. That's right. Yeah, Slippery Pete's another guy I've interviewed for a long time. Got to meet him for the first time last year. That's one of the fun parts of doing this as well. But back to your thing here about Jax. Yeah, which Mortal Kombat game was Jackson? I think that was 2 or 3. I only really played Mortal Kombat 1 back in the day on the Genesis. That was my little one. Thought we were going to get a Song Yadong shocker where he started speaking English without anyone knowing really happened. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that too. Honestly, for some reason I thought he did speak English, but then when he started speaking Portuguese, I was like, okay, I got to pivot here. I got to figure it out. Jax debuted in 2. Okay, gotcha. That's right. I played 1 more than any of them. So I played the 1 arcade game a lot, and then I played the Sega Genesis one a lot. Didn't get into 2 or 3. Maybe I need to revisit that. I hear a lot of good things. So there we go. All right, everyone, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. We'll do a couple more minutes on here. Again, going to see if we get anyone else here on the stream. But this has been a lot of fun. Little spicy here in the chat, which I'm cool with. Also, yeah, we haven't got anyone from the lightweight amateur title either. Anthony King and Aiden Giuliani as well. So I'm kind of looking around here. Don't know if we're going to get anyone here, guys, but enjoy chatting with you guys here in the chat. And again, we're going to be back here tomorrow. So I think it's going to be around 4:30 Eastern, 5 Eastern, around there. We'll be doing the pre-show. Don't know who I'll get yet. I believe Jay Perrin's going to be on the call, so maybe get him. Hillary Rose, I think, is also going to be on the call, so maybe get her as well. So we'll see who I'll get tomorrow on the pre-show. So again, if you guys are going to be watching Cage Titan 75, what's that? Oh, there we go. Yeah, Trevor Goody. Perfect. We're going to get Trevor, and he'll be the last one there. Of course, the general there. And look at this haircut, man. He looks cool. And a big dude. Look at this. How do you make weight, man? You are super tall. Oh, dude, I'm good at it at this point. Yeah. Lots of practice. There we go. All right. Have a seat. Here's your microphone. Trevor Goody. Appreciate you stopping by here. How'd the cut go, man? You, like I mentioned, you're a pretty big guy for the weight class.
It was easy. Well, my opponent requested to go 5 pounds up, and I was already well into the cut. So at that point, it was, I mean, I could have made 70.
Really?
Cake for this one. Yeah. It was I was annoyed only because I have gotten the cut so down, and this one was going so well that like I didn't need to go up 5 pounds. Like that wasn't helpful for me. I think I went in at 73 or something like that.
Okay.
Like, all right, whatever.
Does that add a little bit more to this fight? Have a little chip on your shoulder? The fact you did have to make it a catch weight?
I'm a little annoyed.
Yeah.
Especially since he's coming up from 55, but it's fighting. It's whatever. Like I've had a lot of opponents miss.
You have. I was just talking. We were talking here on the stream about who you fought, man. You've been in there with the who's who. I don't know if anyone's had a tougher, go at it on the regional scene here. Obvious kind of question here, but how much will that experience play into this? Miguel's got 4 pro fights and he's got a lot of amateur fights, but you've been in there with some of the best.
Yeah, I hope a lot. At this point, there's not the fear that there used to be going into the cage,
right?
And there's always,
which can be dangerous, right? For some fighters, there's that pressure, and even in a guy like Miguel's case, where he doesn't have a loss, that's got to be weighing on him. You don't have to. It's like you're playing with Monopoly money.
Absolutely.
To a certain degree.
Well, and coming out of amateur where I went undefeated, I actually wish, and there weren't harder fights available, but I wish I'd had more challenges as an amateur. And then going to pro, especially now at this point in my career, it's like I want the hard fights. Like I only want to fight the top people, like if I can, and I'm working my way back up to that position. But I'm super stoked with all the fights I've had, win or loss. Like I've learned a ton from all of it, and that's what I'm stoked to show. Yeah,
and you always put your heart on the line in these fights too. It's not like you're going out there and just trying to win. It's you're going out there to entertain the crowd, which is great. Let's talk about Miguel. Stylistically, how are you looking at this fight?
He likes to strike. He likes to bang. He also likes to take damage. All of that kind of plays into my forte because everybody wants to swing. Everybody throws overhands like the tall guy, So I'm looking to close the distance. I'm looking to work the clinch. I'm also super happy to strike and keep it at range. Like I have the size on him. I think if I can get my hands on him, if I can put him against the cage, get him to the ground, it'll be easy. It'll just kind of be a game of breaking him down to that point.
Yeah, no, we know your ground game's very strong. Take me through camp a bit. Who'd you get to work with ahead of this one? Who helped you get ready for this fight?
I did most of my work at Citadel with Coach Eric. I also got to work a little bit with Bobby Homer, who's fighting on this card.
Oh, cool.
Me, him, and Scott Miles all lived together.
Oh, cool.
Way back in the day. Like, I want to say like 8 years ago now or something like that. And like the bachelor pad of all the bachelor pads.
Right. Yeah.
And we were all up and coming fighters back then. So it's really cool that we all get to be
on the same card. Very cool.
Yeah, it's awesome. But so I did some work with him. He's big and strong. I like doing most of my work with 185ers, 205ers.
Yeah.
Because then when I fight people in my weight class, it's like, this is much better.
Yeah. Not as strong. Doesn't hit as hard. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
So that's good. Your corner, what's that going to look like tomorrow night?
I've got head coach Eric, who's been with me for 8+ years now. And Chris Brennick, who is my PT massage guy and also one of my training partners. I've been training with him for 9 years now. And then Steve is one of the other black belts at our gym, and he'll be the third guy, and he'll probably be like my warm-up dude.
Excellent. How's this fight playing out tomorrow night? How do you see it unfolding?
I'm hoping to do some damage on the feet, close the distance, play in the clinch. I love the clinch. I love being against the cage.
I can imagine a guy your size, the clinch is probably ideal, right?
Absolutely. Well, and that's funny that short people think that they have the advantage in the clinch. I love it. And it's more. That's where I have fun. Like it's not necessarily my forte to get close to people. I should keep the distance, but I love the grind. So I'm looking forward to
that. Where does a win over Miguel sort of put you in the grand scheme of things? He's undefeated. That obviously would look very good on the resume. I mean, again, you fought some good guys, but when you get that fighter the first loss, I know people sort of take notice of that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Because he's coming up from 55, I don't think it's as big of a win.
Yeah.
But it'll still get my name in there to get the bigger fights that I want. Like I've probably got 3 to 4 years left of doing this full time the way I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So I want those to be adventures. I want to go big for these.
Yeah. Great fight tomorrow night. Looking forward to it. Trevor, thanks so much for doing this. Really appreciate the time, man.
Talking to you.
Looking forward to it. So there you go. That is one half of the main card fight, catch weight of 175. Miguel Savison and Trevor Guddy here on Cage Titan 75. That's going to be it for me here today. Thanks to the two Zachs in the chat and everyone else that contributed on the stream. We're going to be back again, probably around 4:30 Eastern, 5 Eastern tomorrow before Cage Titan 75. So I'll be doing a pre-show. So if you guys want to come hop back on there, that would be great. And then I'm going to be doing live interviews tomorrow night after the card for every single fighter. So just stay tuned to the Cage Titans channel. How we do these is basically when the fighters come back, I hit live. We do a live interview with the fighter. And then we do that for all the winners. So if you guys want to see what's going on tomorrow night at Cage Titan 75, if you want to kind of go back and forth between Cage Titans and the UFC, you can certainly do that. My name is James Lynch. One more time, if you can't make this one tomorrow night here at the Plymouth Memorial Hall, you can check it out on Spectation Sports. And the best way to watch this card on Spectation Sports is find your favorite fighter, find out what their promo code is. And if you sign up through that, not only do you get a discount, but the fighters get a kickback as well. That's spectationsports.com, this logo right here. My name is James Lynch. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Really appreciate you tuning in here. And we'll see you for the pre-show tomorrow evening. Take care, and I'll talk to you guys soon.
The goal is to get to the UFC. So UFC, what do I have to do? How many people do I gotta fucking kill to do this? Let me know.
The California State Flyweight Champion, Cody David.
Until, like Johnny said, until we can't no more. Until the wheels literally fall off.
Plymouth, Massachusetts. Let's go! Let's go!
Goal is to get to the UFC. So UFC, what do I have to do? How many people do I gotta fucking kill to do this? Let me know.
The California State Flyweight Champion, Cody David.
Until, like Johnny said, until we can't no more. Until the wheels literally fall off.